Godzilla 1998, the Godzilla movie that is not actually a Godzilla movie. But Matt, how is that possible? It says Godzilla right on the cover. Listen, baby girl, what I'm trying to tell you is that they lied to you. Look at Godzilla from every movie before and after. One of these things is not like the other. That's what Godzilla 1998 is. Godzilla is on the cover, but in reality, this is just a movie about a giant lizard monster. Alright, enough said. So now that we've got that out of the way, we're not going to be judging this on how good of a Godzilla movie it is. We're going to be judging this on how good of a kaiju movie it is. Because that's what Godzilla 1998 is. It's a kaiju movie. The story opens in the middle of the ocean with a boat getting attacked by Godzilla. There's one survivor, which is extremely convenient because how else would we know what movie we were watching without this old Japanese guy to tell us?
What did you see, old man?
Godzilla. Godzilla. Godzilla.
Also, he doesn't respond to his native tongue, but for some reason, he does respond when Leon the Professional asks him in English.
Come on, let us go. Come on, bring on that wave. I'm happy again. Come on with the rain. There's a smile on my face. I'm desperate.
The military finds Ferris Bueller at Chernobyl playing with earthworms, and they pick him up so that he can study this giant footprint. He couldn't have done much though, because it seems like immediately after they show up, the military gets a report about the ship attack from earlier in the movie, and they fly to where the wrecked ship washed up on shore. Cut to the middle of the ocean, and Godzilla takes out another 3 fishing boats. What can I say? Bro likes tuna. Cut back, and we see Ferris Bueller and everybody brainstorming about what could possibly make these footprints. And I can't help but think how chill everybody is right now. Did you see those fucking tracks? I don't think I'd be so calm about this. Now we get some real deal monster action. Anyone who was alive when this movie came out remembers seeing this part in TV commercials. Anytime I've seen it come up over the years, I didn't think much of it, but coming back to it after all this time, it's actually pretty good. I think this is a perfect time to remind everyone to never forget 9/11 was an inside job. The military baits out Godzilla using a huge pile of fish, and for the first time, we get to see Godzilla in all his 1998 CGI glory. Even though this movie came out in 1998, the visual effects in this movie don't look bad. Sometimes. They do a really good job of showcasing how gigantic Godzilla is. You start off with these gigantic tracks, and then we see everything jump when he's walking. When he moves, it's not fast like a guy in a rubber suit, it's fast in the way a monster would be in real life, where it looks slow because his limbs are moving so far with every movement.
We've lost communication, sir.
Get us back online. Fire at will!
For some reason, these military guys are just chomping at the bit to shoot their tiny little guns at this gigantic monster. At first, they hold their fire, but that only lasts until Sam Witwicky's dad panics because video signal cuts out because it's 1998. He tells everyone to shoot, and they start shooting everything at this guy, including fucking rockets and miniguns. Naturally, these guys miss and start taking out buildings. Godzilla takes off, and we see Apaches chasing after him. I love how they don't fly above the building so that we can get this awesome awesome chase scene showing off all these visual effects. Eventually they fire missiles at Godzilla, but they fucking miss, and we get to see the Chrysler building completely annihilated by 2 rockets. And now it's time to talk about Reporter Girl. This is the only time I'm going to talk about her because I want this to be a positive movie, and she is absolutely the most awful character in this whole movie. I hate her. I'm glad her actress never got any good roles after this. Just kidding, babe. Love you. Hope everything's going well. But I do hate this character the most out of the whole cast. And that's saying something considering that this guy exists.
Why don't we talk about it over dinner tonight? Your place.
Mr. Kamen, you're married.
Yes, and you're very beautiful. Have I ever told you that before?
Mr. Kamen? I've been doing research for you after hours and weekends for over 3 years. This is a very important job to me. I'm too old to be your assistant anymore. I need to know this job is going someplace.
So, have dinner with me tonight.
Reporter Girl and Ferris Bueller were together for 4 years. 8 years before the events of this movie, she just up and left. Not a phone call, not a letter, nothing. Just completely ghosts my boy. But then she sees him on the news and she can't help but try and weasel her way back into his life. She spots him again at this pharmacy, and that's how we get our romantic side plot for the movie. In case you think I'm being too hard on her, this bitch feels no remorse. Ferris Bueller states a few very obvious facts to her, and she could not give a fuck. She completely manipulates this guy into letting her back into his life, and this fucking pathetic little weakling takes the bait so hard. You fucking pussy, you pathetic little ingrate, you disgrace to all things masculine. You make me sick. Bro invites her back to his tent and starts absolutely spilling the beans on all this confidential information that he has about the situation. He leaves the tent for about 2 seconds before she starts going through all his stuff, and this loser still has pictures of her up at his desk. He just set this tent up, which means he must have set these pictures up like yesterday. Bro, it's been 8 years, move on. Reporter Girl sees a tape labeled Top Secret First Sighting, and she pops it into this conveniently placed VCR. She sees all the top secret footage that the military has been collecting, and she just can't help but steal it. She wants to use the footage for an exclusive story in order to advance her career as a reporter. Luckily for us, we get to see her get her comeuppance because her pervert boss just ends up stealing the story for himself. Obviously, the military bosses see this news story and know that there's only one person that could have given the tape to the news, so they end up firing Ferris Bueller and sending him home. Let me remind you, this is his whole career. She completely ruins my boy's life for her own personal gain, and it doesn't even work. When they so conveniently cross paths once more, this is what she had to say for herself.
You're leaving? Why? Is it because of me? Because of the story?
Well, what did you think was gonna happen?
You never said it was off the record.
And none of what I said is even the worst part. The worst part is at the end of this, she basically gets rewarded for all her evil behavior. She bats her evil little eyelashes and leans in a little, and Ferris Bueller fucking caves. My boy is down bad. Man, fuck this movie.
Excuse me, is this the best way to the airport? Sir, where are you going? Hey! Hello? Okay, stop. Stop the car right now. All right, now let me out of here.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Reporter Girl ruins everything and Ferris Bueller gets kicked off the project. He gets in a cab and takes off for the Newark airport. But actually, the cab driver is fucking Leon the Professional, and he's with the French version of the CIA. He kidnaps Bro and tells him that the military isn't going to look for Godzilla eggs, and he came to New York to make sure Godzilla gets taken care of. They want Worm Boy to make sure that they find the nest because he's the main character, and it wouldn't be a good movie if they cut him out halfway through.
You got a problem talking?
Well, no, sir, I'm fine.
All right, keep it moving.
Well, thank you very much.
Elvis Presley movies. He was the king.
In order to get into the city, Leon uses Ferris Bueller to help him get through security checkpoints. Something I have a problem with is that the next time we see them after crossing through the checkpoint, they're just in the sewer. Reporter girl and camera guy follow the French squad, and somehow they get through the checkpoint and they're also in the sewer with no explanation. They just fucking teleport. Maybe it was in the deleted scenes. Remember deleted scenes? When they get down into the sewer, they explore for like 5 minutes and then Godzilla reveals himself. Bro peeks his head in, says what up, and then realizes, oh shit, it's time for my fight scene. Peace out, homie. They set another trap for Godzilla, and bro takes the bait like clockwork. Just like the rest of this movie, the military is hilariously bad at hitting their target, and just starts shredding all these fucking buildings. Godzilla takes off and does this beautiful swan dive into the water. Too bad for him, the Navy has an absolutely stacked squad of submarines waiting for him. They shoot hella torpedoes at him, and bro actually ends up taking out one of the subs before eventually he does get clapped. Everyone pour one out for the homie with me. The French squad follows the subway until eventually ending up at Madison Square Garden. Ferris Bueller said that there was possibly up to 8 eggs laid by Godzilla, but they find over 200 eggs laying around Madison Square Garden. They start laying bombs on all the eggs, but the eggs start hatching. I get kind of hung up on this part because they start laying all these explosives, right? But these are eggs. You can just fucking smash eggs. And yeah, I know, they start hatching like 10 minutes after they show up, but is there any creature on Earth where it survives getting its egg smashed before it breaks itself out? I don't know, but I think it's weird that these fucking guys go straight for the nuclear option before just trying to break these eggs before they hatch. Also, these eggs hatched in like 2 days. Is that normal for lizards? Baby Godzillas start hatching all at once and go all Jurassic Park Velociraptor on these French dudes. Leon the Professional tells Ferris Bueller a phone number to call to get a hold of somebody who can drop bombs on Madison Square Garden. All the lines are busy, so that isn't gonna work. But luckily for this plot, Reporter Girl just happens to be here and knows how to get into the broadcast room so that they can send out a warning.
Are we live?
Yes, you're on. Go.
We're live inside Madison Square Garden, where Dr. Nico Totopoulos has discovered the beast's lair. Doctor, can you please tell us what's happening here?
That's you. Yes, go.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we've discovered over 200 eggs,
Go get Hicks. Get Hicks!
which a few moments ago began hatching. The creatures, though just hatched, are over 9 feet tall, and they've begun feeding.
Oh fuck. I just realized that this bitch is the hero. She's the one who actually saves the day. Without her, this warning never goes out. The world gets destroyed by an army of baby Godzillas. Man, fuck this movie.
Save your Mavericks. You win.
They send the warning out and the military sends in fighter jets to blow up Madison Square Garden. The action in this movie is the cheesiest part of the whole thing, because just like we saw 2 missiles destroy the Chrysler building earlier, these guys fire like 4 missiles and completely fucking level Madison Square Garden. Listen guys, 4 missiles could cause some damage, but it's not blowing up fucking Madison Square Garden. And then, in true 90s fashion, our protagonists are literally running out of the front door when the whole building explodes. All the good guys are okay, and the movie ends with an orchestral score. Oh wait, I've got something in my notes? No, actually the movie goes on another fucking 16 minutes. You thought Godzilla was dead earlier? Well, you were fucking wrong, because she was just stunned. They blow up Madison Square Garden, and like 2 seconds later, Mama Zilla comes out of the rubble, sniffs her dead baby Zilla, and she's fucking pissed. Why didn't they just end the movie?
He's not following us!
Really?
These guys go on on a very 90s-esque car chase where Godzilla chases our protagonist to the exclusion of everyone else. Bro just ignores anybody who isn't Ferris Bueller. At one point, they end up all the way in Godzilla's mouth, but it's cool because bro has a handy dandy power line to stick into Godzilla's gum. They escape and Godzilla gets tangled up in the cables of this suspension bridge. While he's caught up, F-18s fly in and shoot CGI missiles, and bro falls down and cries so that we all feel bad about killing the gigantic cold-blooded genocide on two legs. And that's Godzilla 1998. It's not such a bad movie as some would have you believe, but it's also not some misunderstood masterpiece too far ahead of its time. It's somewhere in the middle. It's a decent drama with mostly respectable acting and dialogue. It's even a halfway passable monster movie. But above all, Godzilla 1998 is a 90s movie through and through. It has truckloads of glorious 1990s CGI, it had a ton of explosions, and if you watched the commercials on TV, you basically knew every plot point in the movie before it ever released. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and comment down below about the first time you saw this movie so that you can help me fire CGI missiles into this algorithm. See you in the next video, guys.